Welcome to World Sports. Today we will learn about different kinds of water sports and ball games, with a fantasy designed to mesmerize your day. Water sports. Kayaking. Kayaking is a racing sport using a kayak, which is a small, narrow boat propelled using a double-bladed paddle to move across water. Swimming. Swimming is an individual or team racing sport that requires the use of one's entire body to move through water. Surfing. Surfing is a surface water sport in which an individual, a surfer, or two in tandem surfing, uses a board to ride on the forward section or face of a moving wave of water, which usually carries the surfer towards the shore. Ball sports. Billiards. Billiards is a game played on a large table in which you use a long stick called a cue to hit balls against each other or into pockets around the sides of the table. Bowling. Bowling is a sport because it involves a ball, has offensive, bowler, and defensive, lanes and gutters components, has set rules on scoring, there is a target, pins, and requires a modicum of skill to compete. Golf. Golf is a club and ball sport in which players use various clubs to hit a ball into a series of holes on a course in as few strokes as possible. Golf is highly competitive, requires mental capacity, and demands physical extortion and muscle use. Volleyball. Volleyball played by two teams of 6 players each, in which an inflated ball is volleyed over a high net. Each team tries to make the ball touch the court within the opposing side's playing areas before it can be returned. A team is allowed to touch the ball 3 times before returning it. Table tennis. Table tennis, also known as ping pong or whiff-waff, is a racket sport derived from tennis, but distinguished by its playing surface being atop a stationary table, rather than the court on which players stand. Tennis. Tennis is a racket sport that is played either individually against a single opponent, singles, or between 2 teams of 2 players each, doubles. Each player uses a tennis racket strung with a cord to strike a hollow rubber ball covered with felt over or around a net and into the opponent's court. Basketball. Basketball is a game played between 2 teams of 5 players in which goals are scored by throwing a ball through a netted hoop fixed at each end of the court. Soccer. Association football, more commonly known as football or soccer, is a team sport played between 2 teams of 11 players each, who primarily use their feet to propel a ball around a rectangular field called a pitch. The objective of the game is to score more goals than the opposing team by moving the ball beyond the goal line into a rectangular framed goal defended by the opposing team. Football. American football, referred to simply as football in the United States and Canada and also known as gridiron football, NB1 is a team sport played by 2 teams of 11 players on a rectangular field with goalposts at each end. The offense, the team with possession of the oval-shaped football, attempts to advance down the field by running with the ball or throwing it, while the defense, the team without possession of the ball, aims to stop the offense's advance and to take control of the ball for themselves. Cricket. Cricket is a bat-and-ball game that is played between 2 teams of 11 players on a field, at the center of which is a 22-yard, 20-meter, 66-foot pitch with a wicket at each end, each comprising 2 bails balanced on 3 stumps. 2 players from the batting team, the striker and non-striker, stand in front of either wicket holding bats, with 1 player from the fielding team, the bowler, bowling the ball towards the striker's wicket from the opposite end of the pitch. Baseball. Baseball is a bat-and-ball sport played on a field by 2 teams against each other. In baseball, a player on one team throws a small round ball at a player on the other team, who tries to hit it with a bat. Then the player who hits the ball has to run around the field. It's test time. Come on, boys and girls. Tell me what kind of sports that you can see in the screen.